Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to our channel once again. Moses Kuria has exploded, and Moses Kuria is daring Rigathi Gachagua to a political fight in Mount Kenya. Let me just take you to a post which Moses Kuria made yesterday. And there's one thing I've also been telling you on this platform, that if William Ruto is keen on stopping Rigathi Gachagua, the only person who can do that in the mountain is none other than Moses Kuria. And I remember when William Ruto nominated Mutahi Kagwe and William Kabogo to the cabinet, I predicted that the two were not going to help him serve his political interest in the mountain. That instead he would have maintained Moses Kuria, because there's a way Moses Kuria understands politics. Let me just take you through this post by Moses Kuria. This is what Moses Kuria is posting, because this post is going to form the basis of this analysis. Moses Kuria is saying here, "Dear my friend Rigiji, I formed Chama cha Kazi in August 2021. We have elected MCAs in several counties, including Nairobi, Kiambu, Nyandarua, and Embu. In 2022, I tried to plead with you to go to William Ruto with our parties, just like Musalia, Wetangula, Mutua, and Kingi. You refused. And on live TV, you called my party a briefcase party. You said we should trust William Ruto unconditionally. When I refused, you decampaigned me and other Chama cha Kazi candidates. Mark that. Rigathi Gachagua did what? Decampaigned Moses Kuria. Remember, Moses Kuria wanted to be the governor for Kiambu. He was very popular. His party was very popular. And he's saying here, when you fell out with William Ruto, you realized it was wrong to go to elections without our own political party. You misled our region. Today you have said that Chama cha Kazi is a Kasongo party. You are misleading our people yet again to vandalize parties we have nurtured for 4 years when you were blindly in love with William Ruto." Now, are you getting the tone of this statement by Moses Kuria? Moses Kuria is saying something here. Just get the tone. Huh? You misled our region. You were blindly in love with William. And he's proceeding here. I will not take it lying down. Do not start a war you cannot win. Focus on your political age mates like Kimani Ichung'wah. I am your political senior, my friend. Respect the elders. Ladies and gentlemen, what Moses Kuria has posted there is actually the truth. I remember in 2021, Moses Kuria came up with that his Chama cha Kazi. And there were some by-elections in Kenya. I think one was in Kiambu, where there was it Georgia? Was it Georgia? I think it was Georgia. Moses Kuria made one of the most daring political moves. There was a by-election there. Jubilee, as a political party at that time, had a candidate supported by Uhuru Kenyatta. Moses Kuria, who was the member of parliament representing Uhuru Kenyatta, sponsored a candidate in that by-election through Chama cha Kazi. That party ended up winning that by-election. And I remember they also won some two or three other MCA seats at that time. Then when another by-election emerged, Kiamba, Moses Kuria wanted to sponsor a candidate. But again, after winning that Georgia seat, I think William Ruto also wanted now to start showing his face. He was advised not to use Moses Kuria's party. By who? Rigathi Gachagua. Then they sponsored a candidate, and that candidate ended up winning. So when the elections time came, Moses Kuria wanted Mount Kenya to actually have their own political parties.
Chama cha Kazi, Chama cha Kazi, tusalimiane kwa mkono. Naona mbuga sana. Asante sana dada yangu Mother Karua. Asante sana ndugu yangu Mheshimiwa Omondi Kingpin. Oh, yes. Asante sana. Asante. Mimi kwanza nataka kuwashukuru. Nawashukuru kwa vile
Rigathi Gachagua refused. So Moses Kuria is very angry with Rigathi Gachagua because when Rigathi Gachagua was on Obina TV and he was like, chama cha kazi belongs to William Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I want us to analyze whether Moses Kuria can actually stage a serious political war and why that war can actually be sustained. Before we do that, for those who are watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without the support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, number one, Moses Kuria is on a revenge mission. There is no way Moses Kuria can just allow Rigathi Gachagua to get away with the fact that he denied Moses Kuria the opportunity of becoming the governor of Kuria, the opportunity of having members of parliament elected on his own party, an opportunity of allowing Moses Kuria to emerge as a party leader. In fact, if Moses Kuria had entered into Kenya Kwanza and managed to win some seats, today Moses Kuria would be comfortably a party leader. But because of that, it meant that Moses Kuria had to resign from that party to be appointed to the cabinet.
Mimi nilikuwa mpaka jana, nilikuwa kiongozi wa chama inaitwa chama cha kazi. Nikavunja hiyo chama, tukalikia registrar, tukaingia ndani ya UDA. Sasa kama mimi mtu mkubwa, waziri mzima, anavuja chama ingia UDA, wewe ni nani?
And in fact, you remember, even when they were serving in the cabinet, the two were fighting continuously. And because of that revenge mission, if you are to ask me, I think Moses Kuria can actually sustain this fight. That's number one. Number two, the Mount Kenya Kingpin politics. Ladies and gentlemen, if I were to ask you today, who is Mount Kenya Kingpin as we speak? Some will say Rigathi Gachagua, because he has deserved it. Some will still say Uhuru Kenyatta. Number two is Mount Kenya Kingpin politics. Let me ask you this question. Who is Mount Kenya Kingpin as we speak? Is it Rigathi Gachagua? Because at some point Rigathi Gachagua told us that Uhuru Kenyatta is still Mount Kenya Kingpin. Let me take you back a bit before Rigathi Gachagua was impeached. Before Rigathi Gachagua was impeached, he started campaigning to emerge as Mount Kenya Kingpin. At that time, there were several other names which were emerging. Moses Kuria, Peter Munya, who else? Anne Waiguru, William Kabogo, several other names. Moses Kuria still believes very strongly that having worked with Kibaki, having worked with Uhuru, having worked with Ruto, having served as a cabinet minister, having served as a member of parliament, he strongly believes that he can actually become the next Mount Kenya Kingpin. In fact, for those who follow the politics of the country very closely, one of the main reasons why Moses Kuria was removed from the cabinet was because he had started embarking on a journey of winning the support of the mountain. He had organized football matches across the countries of Mount Kenya, and he had started moving out of Mount Kenya. So that Mount Kenya Kingpin, the two gentlemen are still fighting for it.
Hao ni watuli. Na hiyo ndio chama yetu katika eneo hili. Alafu tutaungana na Wakenya wengine kutoka magharibi, kutoka kwa Maa, kutoka Kisii. Lakini ngome ya chama cha DCP ni hapa Mlimani. Ndio tukue na chama kiko na nguvu. Tukue na wajumbe zaidi ya 150 ya kuchunga mambo yetu pale katika bunge la kitaifa. Tukue na maseneta zaidi ya 20 ya kuchunga mambo yetu pale katika Senate. Tukue na MCA zaidi ya 800 ya kuchunga mambo yetu katika county assemblies. Na huyu Kasongo amepanga kuanzisha chama mingi sana. Kuna chama tayari kama ile ya Kuria, Moses Kuria, hiyo ni chama ya Kasongo. Ile ya Kionyore ni chama ya Kasongo. Ile ya Kabogo ni chama ya Kasongo. Iko ingine anapanga 2 kuandikisha hapa Murang'a. Mkisikia chama imeandikishwa mpya hapa Murang'a ambaye CDCP, mnajua ni chama ya nani? Ni chama ya nani? Huyu Kasongo tunamjua sana. Hata anataka kutafuta vijana wetu awasimamishe marais. Ati ndio awapatie pesa agawanye kura yetu. Mtakubali? Unajua pale 1992 Moi alituchezea. Tukaenda watu ya hapa Murang'a na Kiambu na Nairobi tukafuata Kenneth Matiba. Watu ya Nyeri, Meru, Laikipia, Kirinyaga, Embu wakafuata Mwai Kibaki. Moi akapita katikati. Sisi kushaerevuka, hatuwezi rudia hiyo makosa. Sisi tutakuwa na kiongozi mmoja na chama kimoja kwa sababu kura yetu ndiyo nguvu yetu. Na tukikubali atugawanye tutapata shida. Nogo ko wito ko titoraga irimu nishia kiriatea. Kwa waigana mugashoka.
Moses Kuria still believes that he can actually manage to win that kingpinship from whoever, Uhuru or whoever has it as at now. Number 3, I'm looking at the 2027 politics. What is Moses Kuria's political interest in 2027? Of course, for Rigathi Gachagua, we know. Rigathi Gachagua's main interest is to remove William Ruto from office in 2027. What about Moses Kuria? Is Moses Kuria going to run for the Kiambu gubernatorial seat in 2027? Or is Moses Kuria going to develop his party, position it well, to an extent that by the time we are going to go for election, at least he will be a party leader capable of negotiating on the negotiating table? So the fact that Rigathi Gachagua's interest is known and Moses Kuria's political interests are not yet known, and we know Moses Kuria is a politician, is the reason why I strongly believe that the two will still continue fighting. And number 4 is what I call the scramble for political parties in Mount Kenya. UDA won almost all seats in Mount Kenya in the last election. UDA, as we speak, has been swept off the entire Mount Kenya. Which means, if you go for the next election, Mount Kenya will elect new leaders on a new political party. So far, Rigathi Gachagua has formed his own political party. Can Moses Kuria position his party to either benefit from the fallout within between Ruto and Rigathi, or just for fallback? Because Rigathi is very clear that he has his lineup already. So the fact that Mount Kenya is currently going to determine the next president, the fact that Mount Kenya is definitely going to play a major role in the 2027 presidential elections, and the fact that everybody wants a cake of the mountain, I'm 100% sure that Moses Kuria will do everything possible to try and position himself, either to negotiate with William Ruto or to negotiate with whoever he would want to. And lastly, I think there's also the push for a Mount Kenya-based presidential candidate. Rigathi Gachagua is not going to run. He's saying he's going to run, but I'm doubtful. Assuming Rigathi Gachagua will be locked from running, what do you think can stop Moses Kuria from running? And if Moses Kuria were to run, what tells you that the mountain cannot rally around him? I don't know what to think, but that's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.